Hi, Paul Higgins here. In this tutorial, we're going to look at the Merge Mbtiles utility. And what it does, it merges two or more Mbtiles into one Mbtiles. And optionally, it moves the original charts to a backup directory. So what I'm going to show you is how to start Merge Mbtiles utility. We're going to look at the fields in the program. We're going to merge two charts into one. We're going to merge using a generic qualifier. And at various points during the process, we're going to view the charts with OpenCPN. Okay, let's see how you start the Merge Mbtiles utility. If I go to Satu chart, down here on the second panel, if it's not open, you just click this little bar here. And down here there is the utilities. In this drop down it has all the utilities. So if we went to the Merge Mbtiles and just click it, it'll start it. It also starts a command prompt here, and you may want to use that to terminate it if something goes wrong. You can just issue a Control+C in here. Okay, here's the program. And before we look at it, the other way to start it, if we go to the directory where, which one is, let me see it here. If we go to our directory where Satu chart is installed, I'll just do this one. This is version 19.0.0.0. If we go to that directory and we scroll down here, you will find a Merge Mbtiles Rex program, and you could just double click on that to start it. And if you're going to do this often, you might want to just make a shortcut of that and put it on your desktop. So that's the two ways of starting the utility. Okay, let's look at the fields in that utility that we just started there. Go back here, the Merge Mbtiles 601. That's the version. It has up here a message box, tell you what's going on and what you should be doing. And down here it has a field where you enter the merged Mbtile. And what you would do is enter the directory plus the name of where you're going to put the merged Mbtile. And down here is the source file. This is where you choose the charts that we're going to be merged. And if you want, you can specify a backup folder and click this, and it would move those files, it would move the charts as they get merged into this backup folder. So that's the fields. Okay, before we merge some charts, let's go view the charts to see what they look like. First off, let's take a look at them in the directory. We're going to use in my Satu charts directory, there's one directory called Veradero, and it has two Mbtiles in here. One is the coastline and one is the marina itself. So let's go take a look at them on OpenCPN. So we're going to do a scan for charts, and notice our Veradero directory is in here, so we can find those charts, and we scan for the charts. And there they are. There's the first one. That is the coastline. Let's look at the marina itself. Now if we zoom right in here, you're going to see it appear. This is at zoom level 17. Okay? And the other one is the coastline. Get rid of the marina. This is the coastline. And it is also at zoom level 17. And by the way, that is a restriction. Both of the charts, or all of the charts, have to be at the same zoom level. Okay, so that's what we're going to merge. Okay, let's merge those charts. So go back to the utilities window here, and the first thing we have to put in is where we're going to put it, and we have to give it a name. So where we're going to put it is in the same directory as we were just looking at there. So go back in here and find it. It's on the E volume. It's where my charts, Veradero. So that's where we're going to put it. So we select that folder, and then we have to give it an actual name. Merged. Let's call it Veradero merged. Okay. And then the source files, and that's actually the same place. So let's go there again. And Veradero. And we would select those two charts. Okay. Now it's ready to press merge, but before we do that, we're going to take the existing charts and put them in a backup directory. So let's select that backup directory, and it's actually, where did I put it? Right here. I put it in the sat to chart charts, but not in the Veradero directory. So it's right here. So we're going to select that and save it in there. And we're going to click this little checkbox to say when we have merged those charts, we'll move them into this backup directory. So all you will see in the original directory is the merge one. So let's actually do it. Click merge. Okay, it comes up with this here message saying it's trying to get rid of the original charts, and it's trying to move them out of that directory, but the directory is locked. And it's locked because we just viewed them on OpenCPN. So what we have to do is, as it says, go to there and terminate OpenCPN. So we terminate it. Then we press OK. Okay, and now it says it's successfully merged. Okay, let's view the merged charts on OpenCPN. By the way, if we go to our original directory here, where is it? Veradero, over there on the right side. You see that the only thing in here now is the Veradero merged Mbtiles. The other two are gone. And they are gone to that backup directory. Where's the backup directory? Where? Now we'll just go up here and find it. So if we go up to the SATA charts, there's our backup directory. And we click it, and there's those two charts. They've been moved over to here. So now let's go take a look at that area on OpenCPN and see what we got. So as soon as it comes up, we'll do a scan. Takes a while to come up. Okay, there it is. And as I say, we've got the Veradero directory in here, so it should be able to find whatever's in there. And it does. And now there's only one chart. So if we look at it here, we zoom in on it, we can see the marina itself, and also the coastline chart has been merged right into that Mbtiles. They're both here. So the marina is at zoom level 17, and so is the coastline. So we did a successful merge. Okay, next we're going to use a generic qualifier to find all the charts that we want to merge. So what is a generic qualifier? Well, here's an example of a place, one of the charts that we're going to merge. It starts with marina, has a name, has the word navionics, it's a marine chart, and it's version 17, and it's Mbtiles. So if we want to make a generic qualifier for that, what we would do, first off, it has to have an asterisk to start with. That's how the utility recognizes that you're using a generic qualifier. And then it would have the word marina. And then it would have a generic qualifier here. And we only want to have navionics charts. And that would be the whole qualifier. The rest we don't care about. Well, we might want to put in zoom 17. Zoom 17. And then an asterisk. So that would be our generic qualifier that would pick up all charts that start with marina, our navionics charts, and our zoom 17. Let's put the zoom in there. And that would be what we would use. So if we're now going to use that generic qualifier. So first I want to show you what we're going to be, the charts that we're actually going to be merging. So if I go to my Satu Charts directory, Cuba here, it has a north coast and a south coast. So if I look in the north coast in the navionics here, it has some charts that are starting with marina, like Marina Hemingway and Marina Varadero. And if I look in the south coast, it also has charts that start with marina. So we want to get everything that starts with marina, that is navionics, that is zoom level 17. So let's go back to our utility here. And first off, where we're going to put them is that directory that, where is it? Satu Charts. We're going to put them in this directory. It's called Cuba Marinas. So you put that in there, but we actually got to give it a name. So in that Cuban Marinas directory, I'm going to call it Cuban Marinas. That's going to be the name of the merged chart. Okay. In the source, we're going to go to that there Satu Charts directory, and we're going to do all of Cuba. So that includes the north coast and the south coast, everything that's in there, and we're going to give it a generic qualifier. So first we have to put in an asterisk, then the word marina, and then an asterisk, and then navionics, and we only want zoom 17 and anything after that. And the backup folder we're not going to use. We're not going to use the backup, so we'll just press merge. There's a whole bunch of things. It does it very fast. Okay, it says in that Cuban Marinas directory, it put a chart. Let's make sure that's there. go back up to here. Cuba Marinas. It's got one chart now. It's called Cuba Marinas Mbtiles. Let's go to OpenCPN and take a look at it. So do a scan for charts in OpenCPN. And we've got that their directory in here. So all you have to do is scan for charts. And there it is. So if we look at Veradero here, and there it is, it gradually appears. It says zoom level 17. And let's go back to Marina Hemingway quickly. Here's Marina Hemingway. Somewhere down there it is. And then you can see there it is. It is also in that directory. And if we go to the south coast, I'm just going to show you a couple of them here. We go to Key Largo, which is right down here. Key Largo, way over here. And there it is. Also at Zoom 17. And there's a bunch of them on the south coast here. I'm going to show you one of them. How about Guantanamo Bay? Created a chart for it. We also put it in there. But you don't want to sail in here. You're just going to shoot you. Okay, so we created a merge chart using a generic qualifier. Thank you for watching. Okay, there are a couple restrictions on merging charts. The first one is all the charts must be at the same zoom level. The resulting merged chart must not cross the 180th meridian. Okay, so I showed you everything, how to start the utility using two methods. Go to the SAT2 chart and select the utility. Go to the SAT2 chart directory and find the utility and just click it. We looked at all the fields in the program. We merged two charts. We merged using a generic qualifier, and at various times we use the OpenCPN. Thank you for watching.